Hey Capricorn couples, welcome to my channel, Infinity Dove Tarot and Dowsing. My name is Kirsten, and I have your love dynamic spread all laid out for you. And today I am using my love dynamic deck, the upright and the reverse editions. Okay. And on the back of each card, it gives detail about um, romantic situations, who the main energy is, what the challenge of the relationship is, what someone's true intentions are, what their feelings are, what happened in the past, your feelings in the situation, near future actions, and an outcome. So it provides the most detail any tarot card has ever offered. Um, it gives in-depth information and on your love life, and anyone can use it, including beginners, someone who doesn't even know anything about tarot, because it's all written here for you. And it triggers your intuition, so it doesn't stop you from using your intuition. It acts as a tuning fork as you go along in the reading. You just need to specify what card means what, okay? And then that becomes a layered reading. So it's a fantastic deck, and I hope that you will take an interest in it and want to obtain one, a set for yourself. It will be available. It's available now, and links to purchase this deck are in my description box below. All right, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. So it looks like you're not in a good, smooth situation, Capricorn. Um, in your relationship in the we'll say, usually this is my past, present, and future, but in this reading, since it's a monthly reading, we read this as the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month, in the third row. Hopefully you can see that. So around the beginning of the month, where your relationship is at, the relationship is in a state of resistance. Okay, one or both of you is clinging to something that needs to end. You're stuck in emotional denial and closure hasn't happened, but it needs to happen. It's inevitable that it will happen sooner or later. But right now, one or both of you is resisting an ending. It looks like it's you, Capricorn. You're holding on. You're the hangman, right? You're in suspense, waiting, unsure, deeply frustrated. You may have sacrificed your own peace trying to hold space for a relationship that wasn't evolving. And you may be feeling frustrated by delays um, in the relationship, some sort of delay. The partner's energy is the Ten of Swords reversed. This tells me that they're healing from something painful, but the wounds still linger. Bitterness remains beneath the surface, and they weren't ready to let go. They weren't fully honest about it. So I don't think that they've forgiven you for something, for some kind of betrayal or something that marked them, or something that is still haunting them that they haven't processed fully um, as baggage, is affecting their ability to be there for you. I think it's the first scenario. I think it's they're um, still processing something painful that happened, probably between you, and the wounds still linger, and they have bitterness beneath the surface, and they haven't fully forgiven or let go, and they haven't been fully honest with you about that. So you're holding on to this relationship. Nothing's happening really. You're just in this limbo, right? Place. Um, that's what I see for the first week or week and a half of the month. And going into the middle of the month, we have the high priestess. Giving me a little trouble picking this up here. There we go. So this tells me there's a spiritual block, too many untruths or unspoken truths, um, too many unspoken truths. Someone isn't listening to their intuition because it's easier not to know than to face what's hidden. So you kind of already know, Capricorn, that the partner um, still blames you or has some issues they haven't processed yet, but you don't want to look at that. You don't want to face that. You're the ace of coins. You still see potential here. You're willing to invest again. You want to rebuild or try because part of you still feels like this could be something solid. And I see you wanting to offer them or offering them a new beginning, but your offer is rejected or belittled or dismissed, or the partner feels their energy feels numb and resentful. They they definitely I feel like this is a blamer alert card, definitely blaming you for something, and they're emotionally blocked off. They don't see your offering as something that they want. Their heart is closed off, and they still silently blame you for their disappointment. So you're holding out for a new beginning, Capricorn, with your partner. They're holding on to bitterness. So it's no wonder that nothing is moving with this hangman. One of you is trying, and that's you, and the other has kind of checked out, but hasn't said goodbye. And they're not telling you why, right? But you already know if you were to trust your intuition. In the final row, in the end of the month, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. And the outcome card is the Strength reversed. So confusion builds as avoidance takes over. The truth is hard to face. Anxiety grows in silence. Someone starts to emotionally disappear. And that's the partner. Because I feel like you want change, but you're stuck in patterns that keep repeating. There's a sense of fate being delayed or chances missed because the energy keeps circling the past, right? So maybe they keep bringing up the past or they can't let go of the past. Maybe that's what's hidden from you. And that's what you need to face and to address, right? Maybe there needs to be an honest conversation. I do feel like with the Queen of Swords in their energy, they may be emotionally detached to stay in control of the situation. They're kind of detached from you. So you can expect them to pull back and to speak the truth, to finally come out and say some truth about how they're feeling. And they may make a decision uh, based on what's best for them. And this may come with no warning and no softness. And I feel like when they speak to you, it will weaken the relationship somewhat and cause you to have insecurity or to go into avoidance again. Because emotional avoidance is creating burnout in this relationship. The bond suffers unless something radically shifts. And I think that's you, Capricorn. You need to face the facts. You need to deal with the issues. Maybe take accountability for something. Um, maybe get maybe together you need to get some therapy to work out what's still not being said or expressed, but but what someone is holding you accountable for. It needs to be addressed in order to bring this relationship into balance. So let's read the columns. This is your energy, this is their energy, this is the relationship. So I feel like you've sacrificed more than you should with the hangman. You still believe there's a way forward in this relationship, but you're looping through hope, fear, and silence. You keep choosing effort over truth. And in their column, they've hardened themselves emotionally. Pain has closed them off with the Ten of Swords reversed. Now they guard themselves, Four of Cups, and with silence and blame. And they've already started to emotionally separate from you, but they won't admit it until they're ready to walk. And maybe at the end of the month, that might be when, because they're speaking up at the end of the month, right? So this relationship was meant to transform the both of you, but instead of rebirth, it became avoidance. Avoidance for you, Capricorn, right? Because you already know. The more you deny what's been unspoken, the more confusion and spiritually blocked, it will become for you. So it's time to face, uh, time to trust what you know instinctively is going on. And maybe you should spark the conversation and get clarity. And I feel like you're holding on to hope. Excuse me for a minute. I have to respond to a text. Sorry about that. Um, I think that it's possible to save this relationship, but only if you both tell the truth and stop avoiding hard feelings and stop spinning in silence. Right now, you're the only one still reaching and offering anything, and they're kind of emotionally checked out and protecting themselves. So, unless they choose to re engage with clarity and compassion, the relationship will slowly erode under its own weight. And that's pretty much the dynamic that I have for you, Capricorn, and what you need to face and address. So I hope that you found this reading helpful, hopeful, and insightful. And if you did, hit the thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know if it resonated with you. Subscribe to the channel. It's new and needs your support. It's free to subscribe. And thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next month. Bye, Caps.